Hello, I'm Patty Kay, and this is the U-Shaped Business Show. Today I have a very cheerful topic for us, something that is surprisingly common amongst competent people, and that is the feeling of self-doubt, lack of confidence, feeling like a fraud or an imposter, or that everybody knows more than you do. So I'd like to tell you a little story. It takes place in 1999. I was sitting in a classroom with 20 other midlife career changers, and we had all signed up for a program that was going to give us an Internet Systems Analyst diploma and a Microsoft Certified Systems Engineer certification, which is every bit as geeky as that all sounds. And what they wanted us to do on that first day was to introduce ourselves, give a little bit of info about our background, and also to share with the group what our experience with computers was on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being no experience at all, 5 being expert level. So I thought really hard about this. Okay, where was I in terms of expertise? At the time, I had been a software developer for 15 years. I knew 3 different programming languages. I was building computers out of parts, repairing computers, installing software, building websites. I had done quite a lot about computers. I had a considerable amount of experience and expertise. And at the same time, there was a lot of stuff I didn't know. First of all, I didn't know the stuff we were going to study over the next 9 months. I didn't know other operating systems. I didn't know anything about Apple computers or about mainframes or about big systems that ran big businesses. So I gave myself a 3. I figured there's a lot I know and a lot I don't know. I'm going to rate myself right up the middle. And then they went around the room and then we did the introductions, and there were a fair number of 1s, people brand new to computers. There were a few 3s, but a surprising number of 5s. And every person who answered 5, the instructor would kind of probe them a little bit. Why did you give yourself a 5? And the fellow next to me was one of them. And he said, well, last week my dad bought a mouse and I installed it for him and it worked on the first try. Someone else gave them a 5 because they were pretty good with Word. And somebody else gave themselves a 5 because they'd owned their very own computer for 2 whole years. At the end of the introductions, it was kind of a toss-up between me and this one other guy as to which one of us had the most experience. And we both gave ourselves 3s. So I chatted with him over lunch. I'm like, isn't that weird that the 2 people who have far and away the most experience, we each gave ourselves 3? And then he said something that changed my life in an instant. He said, only the competent doubt their competence. And I instantly saw that it was true. It's probably true for you. If you've ever had a discussion or an argument with somebody who was absolutely 100% rock solid, convinced of their own opinion, even though they knew nothing about the subject, you've experienced this. An incredible amount of confidence with nothing to back it up. That stuff runs rampant in our world. Later on, I learned that there's an actual term for this. It's a psychological thing. It's a cognitive bias called the Dunning Kruger effect. It's a real thing. And the Dunning Kruger effect shows that people with low ability, the incompetent people, mistakenly believe that their ability is greater than it is because they don't know enough to know what they don't know. They can't objectively evaluate their actual competence or incompetence because they simply don't know enough. They just think they're great. And conversely, people who have a high degree of competence are very much aware of what they don't know. They are able to judge, and they have a tendency to believe that everybody can do what they can do, that just because it's easy for them or they understand it, that they are that everybody can do it. So now that you know what it is, there's a reason for it. And quite frankly, if you are doubting your confidence, if you're feeling this self-doubt, it's a sign that you actually are confident or are competent, which is a great thing. And one of the ways around this is to maintain perspective. First of all, remind yourself when this comes up that only the incompetent or only the competent doubt their competence. That's the first piece of perspective. And the second is to get out of your bubble. Those of us who are high achieving people, we're lifelong learners, we're on a quest to reach our true potential, to become the best in our fields. We tend to associate with others that we can learn from. We follow the experts, we read the books, we take the courses, we fill our social media streams with people who know more than we do so that we can soak up their knowledge. And when you're in that surrounded by those people, it's really easy to believe that you know less than you do. So the key to that is to get out amongst the newbies, work with people who are new in your field, spend a lot of time with your clients or potential clients, people who don't know the things that you know, to give yourself a better perception of where you're at. So here's what I believe is that we need the deep thinkers, we need the lifelong learners, we need the competent people, the ones who doubt that competence, to step up and contribute their gifts. Those of us who know what we're doing and we're totally competent tend to hold back because of this. So stop doing that. Get out there, step up, speak up, contribute your gifts, because that is how we're going to change the world. And with that, I bid you a wonderful day. I will see you back here tomorrow. Go out there and use your competence to make a difference in the world. Bye for now.